Kohei is a pathetic loner who keeps moving schools because of his dad's job. One day, he joins a boarding school and comes across the student council vice president Erika, who gets climax on meeting him. Turns out, the school is actually ruled by vampires who have infiltrated the student council. On top of it, Erika is down bad for Kohei's blood and wants to take a sip no matter what. However, before any of this, Kohei rides on a train and sees a migratory bird which reminds him of himself. He also keeps moving from one place to another because of his parents, and he doesn't even remember his schools, due to which he doesn't try to get along with the people in his life because he knows he will always be moving soon. Soon he arrives at Shiomi City in Tamatsu Island, where he also lived 7 years ago for a short amount of time, and it's the first place that he has chosen by himself. He arrives at his huge mansion of a school and comes across the vice president of the student council, Erika. She welcomes him to the Shuchikan Academy and holds out her hand, but when he touches it, she lets out a scream and falls back. Kohei wonders why she is acting so loony, and another student, Tsukasa, finds her. She declares that she has some emergency business to attend to and asks Tsukasa to give Kohei a tour of the dormitory. She then runs away and both boys chit-chat with each other. Erika runs away to a side and starts panting like a dog. Her body feels hot and she wonders what's happening to her. Tsukasa guides Kohei through the school while Kohei informs him that he has been jumping around all this time because of his dad's job, but the school has a boarding system due to which he can stay for a longer time. Tsukasa shows him the huge dormitory in which the girls and boys have separate floors, and he warns him that Sister Amiike will roast his butt if he ends up on the girls' floor. Kohei starts feeling sentimental about his new home, and just then a bunch of snacks fall on his face. A girl comes rushing at him and ends up falling on him as well, which knocks him out. Kohei then dreams about the students that he met at all his previous schools, but he cannot recall their faces. He slowly gets shaken by some girls to reality, and a girl desperately tries to wake him up. She is about to smack his face when one of the girls realizes that he is Kohei. Both girls seem to recognize him, and he also wakes up to realize that he remembers them. The older sister is Kanade while the younger one is called Haruna, and Kohei tells Tsukasa that he stayed at the island 7 years ago and met the sisters during that time. Kanade declares that they were good childhood friends, and Haruna reminds her that she just fell on him and knocked him down the stairs. Kanade then gives him a snack as an apology and apologizes to him as well. Later at night, Erika tells a guy that it feels like something is moving through her body and that she doesn't want to control it. The guy asks her about the new student Kohei, and she thinks that they won't be friends anytime soon. The girls have fun at their dorm while Kohei has to sleep on the floor because his stuff hasn't arrived at the dorm yet. He thanks Tsukasa for lending him his things, and he asks him back whether he will manage to adjust in this new life. Kohei recalls Erika's warm welcome and thinks that he has found something new in his life. The next morning, he eats food in a fancy cafe with Tsukasa when both sisters Kanade and Haruna join them. Kanade tells him that her room is above his room and that they were having a lot of fun last night gossiping and eating snacks. Kanade eats her food and declares to the head chef that it's really good, so Tsukasa explains that the student council has headhunted a very famous chef for the school. Kohei thinks that he has definitely gotten himself in the wrong books of the student council, and Kanade offers to feed him because he looks depressed. He then receives a school map and gets asked to tour around the school and to take pictures of dozens of spots. He has to take all these pictures before the entrance ceremony, and he starts to find the places one by one. He takes the pictures as he moves around, and he then comes across a girl running after her rabbit. The rabbit runs away from her and Kohei helps her catch it. She tells him that she was just letting her rabbit called Yukimaru out for some exercise when it ran away from her. Kohei notices that she is dressed weirdly, and she explains that she is the member of the council called Laurel Ring, which helps maintain the school chapel. A chapel sister comes to find the girl, who is called Shiro, and Kohei introduces himself to the both of them. The sister introduces herself as Sister Amiike, and she tells Kohei that he can come to her with his problems since she is also the counselor. Shiro then leads him to the directing students building, which is his next spot according to the student map, and she comments that the building has a nickname, the Devil's Lair. A constipated looking guy appears and asks Kohei what business he has in the building. He turns out to be Saikira, who is Shiro's brother, and he asks him what his relationship with Shiro is. Shiro explains that he is a transfer student who helped her out, and she then leaves the both of them alone as she goes away. Another fancy-looking guy appears and asks Saikira whether Kohei is his guest. Kohei introduces himself, and he turns out to be another student council member, Iori. He tells Saikira to relax and then invites Kohei inside for some tea. He shows off the whole building and then leads him to the student council room where Erika is doing some work. He tells Erika that he has invited Kohei to have tea, and she asks him why he would even invite him. She doesn't like the invitation, so she storms off, and Iori reveals that he is actually the student council president while Erika is his sister and Saikira is the student council treasurer. He starts yapping about some maidenly feelings and Kohei doesn't understand what he is saying, so he whispers in his ear that Erika has fallen in love with him at the first sight. He declares that he is doing her a brotherly favor by telling him, and Kiraa comments that he had warned Kohei not to come inside. Afterwards Kohei heads to the bath only to find Erika standing there. She beats his butt after a pause, and both Iori and Kiraa hear the whole thing go down from the men's side of the bath. Iori thinks that he is playing the Cupid's role and Tsukasa ends up overhearing their conversation. Afterwards Kanade and Haruna also approach Kohei because they heard that he was sneaking into the women's bath. He explains himself that the bath curtains had been reversed, due to which he mistakenly went into the wrong side. They all discuss that maybe Iori is behind the prank, and Erika overhears their conversation. She is about to go roast her brother when she hears Kohei say that he really needs to apologize to Erika as well. Later Kohei comes across Erika in a hallway and she tells him to meet her the next day. Afterwards he is roaming around the school to take pictures when he stumbles into a creepy-looking church. He is about to take a picture when he spots Iori drinking somebody's blood. After some time, Kohei heads to the meeting spot late to meet Erika, but he only finds a note from her telling him that he has got some nerve ghosting her. The next day is the day of the opening ceremony and Kohei notices that the seats aren't categorized class-wise. He and Tsukasa take their seats and the lights turn off to reveal Iori on the stage with a rose in his hand. Kohei recalls how he was drinking someone else's drink, but Iori just declares that he is very sad about spending just one last year with the students. The girls lose their crap over his dramatics and he announces that they all need to spend a fantastic year this time. Everyone applauds for him and he walks away, making Kohei realize that he is a very popular character. Up next Erika walks on the stage and she receives a huge applause from the students too. She makes a corny speech that they all need to stay together and touch hands to remain united. She then proceeds to put Kohei on the spotlight as she announces that a student should never enter the girls' bath like he did. Later the teacher introduces Kohei to his new class and the guys ask him how he felt when he entered the girls' bath. The girls start to feel weirded out by him and suddenly a pretty-looking chick enters the class. The chick named Kiraa gets scolded by the teacher for being late and she walks coolly to the end of the class. The teacher tells Kohei to take the seat behind her and the class resumes. After the class, the students keep recognizing Kohei as the bathroom stalker and he decides that he really needs to talk to Erika once and for all. He visits her class and finds her surrounded by a bunch of girls. Later he goes to the student council meeting but he is unable to get the door opened. He tells Haruna that he hasn't been able to meet with her, so she advises him to relax since there will be many opportunities to apologize to her. She tells him that she is in charge of taking care of the school flowers, and just then they notice Erika walking away at a distance, so Kohei rushes towards her in Usain Bolt style. He ends up running into Kiraa, who was carrying student handbooks, and he apologizes to her for colliding with her. He then helps her put the books into the boxes and even carries one of the boxes to help her out. He comments that the boxes are too heavy for a girl to carry and she calls him considerate. Later he arrives at his dorm and finds Kanade auctioning off items of the ex-students who left their things behind. He thinks that the students won't buy old things, but Kanade pulls out a toy and declares that the toy was held by an ex-female senior who held it in her sleep. The boys yell out different bid prices and the toy ends up going to one of them. Haruna reveals that the proceeds are used to buy the equipment for the dorm and Kanade proceeds to pull out another item, but Sister Amiike arrives just then. She scolds Kanade for acting out and Kanade runs away with her stuff. The others also make a run for it, leaving Amiike behind alone. Later, Kohei is unpacking his stuff in his own room when Kanade jumps on his balcony somehow. She declares that they are going to have a tea party in his room and Haruna also sneaks inside with her. He reminds them that they should have just come normally through the door and both of them set their picnic basket down. Haruna gives them tea that she made and Kanade drinks a few cups. She asks Kohei to show her the set of pictures he has taken and he gives her the memory card which has all the pictures. She declares that she made him take all the pictures for her newsletter only and fooled him. The girls notice that his room doesn't have a lot of stuff, so he explains that he moves around a lot, due to which he keeps minimum stuff with him. Kanade declares that he needs to buy a coffee miller and a bunch of other things because they are going to make his room the designated party spot. He objects but nobody listens to him and Haruna just hands him more tea to drink. The next day, Shiro runs to the pet section to feed her rabbit Yukimaru, but she doesn't find him there. Kohei comes across a bunch of students gathered around the board which announces the results for yearly mock exams and Tsukasa simply ignores the results as he walks away. Kohei notices that Erika seems bummed about her results even though she has nearly topped in 2 of the subjects, and the girls tell him that Kiraa always manages to top the maths exam, beating Erika in the process. They explain that Kiraa gets borderline marks in the rest of the subjects but she tops maths. Kohei sees during the class that there is a bunny running outside on the grounds, and after the class he tells Shiro about it. Saikira spots the both of them talking and he asks Kohei what he is doing to his sister. Shiro explains that Kohei was just helping her out, and meanwhile Kohei runs away to find Yukimura the rabbit. He looks everywhere for him but doesn't find him, and Saikira and Shiro even ask Erika and Iori for help. Kohei asks Kiraa about the bunny and she makes a joke about hunting it. She then tells him not to get involved with other people and he walks away. Everybody keeps searching for it and Kohei comes across Erika on his way. He is about to approach her when Yukimaru jumps out from a bush and a ball suddenly comes flying towards him. Erika's eyes turn red as she rushes towards Yukimaru, but Kohei gets to him in time and protects him from being hit by the ball. He scolds the bunny for acting out and Erika then extends her hand so that he can stand up. He touches her hand and once again she screams as she steps back. Iori appears out of nowhere and tells Kohei that his hand is bloody from protecting Yukimaru. Iori tries wiping it with his handkerchief, but Kohei recalls how he was drinking blood in the church, so he retracts his hand. Shiro reunites with Yukimaru and they all celebrate the small victory. Later Kohei is thinking that he didn't get the chance to apologize to Erika when suddenly she appears out of nowhere and thanks him for his help. He in return apologizes to her for looking at her in the bath and then ghosting her. She admits that she went too far in the opening ceremony and they both shake hands as she again welcomes him into the school. Saikira gives Iori a blood report of Kohei which indicates that he is not a normal person. The next day, Erika walks together with Kohei's group and the girls invite her out to their tea party. She accepts the invitation and even decides to invite Shiro as well. Some students spot them walking together and comment that they must have gotten close after the bath incident. Suddenly Iori appears and jokes with Kohei that he needs to take good care of his sister. Erika scolds him off and the rest of the groupies walk away while he tells Kohei that his neck looks really delicious, which creeps out Kohei. Later during lunch break, Kohei picks lunch out from Tsukasa's plate and the girls also share their food with him. They all watch as Kiraa puts a lot of spice in her lunch and she ends up accidentally dumping the whole thing in her lunch. The others think that she won't eat it, but being the spice queen she eats her lunch casually. Later Kohei comes across Kanade watching an anime detective show and she sings the whole opening song like a certified nerd. He calls her a weeb and she shows him a character pen that she used to like as a kid too. Kohei remembers the pen character and Kanade reminds him that Haruna used to like it as well. Suddenly they both recall something and things get awkward between them. Haruna appears suddenly and they pretend that they were just singing the opening song rather than talking about something else. Afterwards Erika and Shiro appear at Kohei's door for the gay tea party and Erika notices that his room seems really empty. She comments that he needs to put more stuff in and Shiro proposes putting some flowers in his room. Erika then begins to help Haruna out with her tea stuff and they all have fun drinking tea and chit-chatting with each other. Kanade declares at the end that they need to go out downtown for another party. The next morning the group heads out to find stuff for Kohei's room and Kanade tries setting his bed hair down but ends up making it worse. Haruna and Erika start talking about perfumes and soon they head to a perfume shop to buy some scents. The others go along with them and the day passes by as the group has fun enjoying the beach and wandering around the town. Erika and Kohei chit-chat with each other and he tells her that he is really glad to come to the island. She tells him that they are going to create a lot of fun memories together and that he should stay away from her brother. The next morning Kohei comes across Iori in the early morning and he jokes with him about doing something to him. Kohei starts walking but Iori stops him and asks him to come to the student council room after the classes are over. Kohei heads out after his classes and Tsukasa tells Erika that he went somewhere because he had something to do. Kohei meets with Iori who tells him that he invited him because he wanted to play a game with him. Kohei feels sus of him but Iori assures him that they can get to know each other through a game. Shiro serves them tea and Saikira tells her to go attend her chapel duties. She leaves them and the game begins as Iori spins the wheel and picks a card which tells him to invite a player to tea. He declares that he has already invited him out and Kohei takes his seat. He makes his move and picks up a card which tells him to accept his reality. Iori picks up the card next and it tells him to stab his hand with the blade of truth. Kohei thinks that he is joking but Iori simply gets up and stabs his hand with a blade. The blood runs down his hand and he then takes it out. Kohei sees that his skin heals and turns back to normal while Iori declares that he is just that kind of creature. He shows him his fangs and gets near him as if he is going to feed on him. Erika also appears outside the gate and Kohei thinks that Iori will feed on him and he will die a painful death. He snaps back to reality in which Iori tells him that he was just joking about feeding on him and that he is actually a vampire. Erika enters inside and declares that she is also a vampire just like her brother. Iori tells him that he cannot let him leave now that he knows their secrets and that Kohei needs to become a member of the student council now. He explains that if he refuses his offer, He will erase all his memories after he got on the island, and Kohei thinks that he has had to restart again and again all his life. He thinks that it should be easy for him to restart his life again, so he tells Iori that he is fine with his memories being erased. Suddenly, he recalls the pretty little gay moments that he spent with all the girls and his group, which makes him hesitate, and he even tells Erika that he is sorry. Iori thinks that he is a pathetic wuss, and he tells Erika to erase his memories. He explains that Kohei is just a bystander who doesn't want to be active in his own life, and that only students with proper will can survive in their school. He walks away and Erika takes Kohei outside, where she asks him whether he is really serious about his decision. He tells her to get it over with, and she then puts her hand on his forehead as her eyes turn red. She tells him not to take it personally, and he then shuts his eyes as she starts using her powers. He opens them again to see that Erika is actually crying, and she reveals that it hurts to erase his memories since he is her friend. Iori and his gang discuss how Kohei's memories need to be erased, and Shiro feels sad to hear this. Erika asks him whether his time in the school was really spent so uselessly that he doesn't even feel like protecting his memories, and he recalls how he spent the past few days. He thinks that he wanted to enjoy his time when he made the decision to enter the school, so he tells Erika to not erase his memories. He declares that he is sick of restarting his life again and again, and she accepts his wish. Later, he tells Iori that he wants to join the student council, and they all accept him with open arms. The next morning, Kohei wakes up and thinks that it's an ordinary day like any other, but something has definitely changed since he has decided to create new memories at the school. Erika greets him on the way and they walk inside together. Later, the student council assembles together and Iori tells Kohei to stay away from any stereotypical image of the vampires. Shiro serves them all tea, and he reveals that Shiro and Saikira also know about their identity since both their families have a long-standing history with each other. Turns out, vampires have strong physical abilities, they cannot get sick, and they are also immortal. Iori explains that he may be the oldest man alive on Earth, but Erika mentions that she is the same age as Iori and that vampires don't get repulsed by garlic or sun. The only part that's stereotypical about them is that they can erase memories and that they crave blood. Erika explains that they can get blood from blood transfusion bags, but Iori goes after people from time to time on rare occasions. Iori tells him to take care of Erika since they have both seen each other in all their glory, and he even comments that thankfully he has retained that memory, so Erika punches him and knocks him out. Iori then announces that he has a task for Kohei as the new member of the student council. He takes him to a class and introduces him as the lead organizer of the sports festival. He tells Kohei that he needs to take some responsibility if he wants to know what it feels like to be a part of the council, and then leaves him to his job as the students start chattering that they were looking forward to a sports festival like last year. Kohei decides to man up and he tells everyone how he has just transferred in the school recently and has heard that many of the students were part of the sports committee last year, due to which he wants their input as much as possible. He reveals that he has seen many sports festivals since he transferred around so much, due to which he wants to implement all the creative and fun things that he has seen. Iori starts to clap for him and the rest of the students follow him. They all manage to assign roles to the students for the festival, and later Iori tells Erika that he did a good job for his first time. Kohei remains surrounded by a lot of work and Iori tells Erika to not help him out since he doesn't need her pampering. Shiro serves him tea and he continues working till late at night. Later he returns to his room and his groupies arrive for a tea party, only to find him surrounded by paperwork. He then tells them that he has joined the student council and that he is the lead organizer of the sports festival. The others discuss how he is taking on so much right off the bat, and Kohei starts to wonder whether he can even do it or not. Kanade assures him that he is the right fit for the job and even pats his head to comfort him. She reminds him that he once tried to see how far he could go with his hands off the bicycle handle, even though he kisses the ground at the end, and she keeps motivating him. Later Haruna also wishes him good luck for the job and asks him to let her know if she can help him out in any way. She reminds him that he also once cheered her on in the past when she couldn't do a hip circle. Later she reads through the letter that Kohei sent to her as a child after he had moved to a new circle, in which he had told her that she can definitely do the hip circle. The next day Kohei is surrounded by even more paperwork than normal, and he tells Erika that he means to study the past sport festivals to get a better hang of things. Iori tells him that should reference the past material while he is at it, and he rushes to the library to get more material. Erika runs after him and Saikira tells Shiro to just serve them tea rather than going after them. Erika joins Kohei in the library and he thanks her for the help. She gets on a stool to pick out some old material but suddenly trips and falls on Kohei instead. Things get awkward between them and she jumps back suddenly. They both then start to look through the old pictures and Kohei notices that Iori looks really young in those pictures, just like he looks now. Everybody seems to be having a good time in the pictures, and Erika thinks that they should try to reenact the same kind of festival so everyone can have a lot of fun this time as well. The preparations for the festival proceed as usual, and Kohei remains busy with all his tasks. He organizes everything, and soon all the classes are participating as well. Shiro reveals that he is very popular in her class since everyone thinks he is a proactive leader, and Iori teases Erika that she probably inspired him a lot. Afterwards, Kohei discusses with his female friends that he feels like introducing more fun events, and Kanade suggests some stupid ideas. Haruna then gives him honey juice to relax him, and Kanade declares that it's a reward for his hard work. He gets an idea through her words, and later he pitches the idea to his class that they can ask the shopping districts to become the event sponsors so that some rewards can be given to the participants. He explains that one of his old schools used to do the same, but the students seem reluctant to accept his idea since they have never done it before. Shiro overhears his idea, and afterwards Kohei decides to take the lead by making a trip to the shopping district by himself. The local loli Shiro joins him since she likes his idea, and they both wander around the market. They pitch their idea to the local shopkeepers, and some of them start to accept their idea one by one. A lot of them seem to respect Shiro a lot, so they accept the request, and afterwards Kohei concludes that they got a lot of sponsors in a short amount of time. Shiro explains that her family, the Togi family, is a very old prominent family of the island, and that she was raised by Saikira to become a befitting Togi. She reveals that she has never been out of the island much, and Kohei suggests that he can take everyone on some kind of tour after the festival as a thank you. The next day, Erika spots Kohei working hard once again, even though the festival is right around the corner, and she decides to give him a helping hand, but just then a bunch of students come to help him out. They all help him make the school gate, and soon everyone gathers to put the gate in its place. The students cheer Kohei, and Iori tells Saikira that he hasn't seen Erika this happy in a long while. Saikira comments that everything is going according to his plan, and meanwhile the girls all laugh around Kohei as they have fun. The sports festival begins with a speech from Kohei, and he starts to hesitate because he doesn't know what to say. Iori calls him out as the bath peeper, which embarrasses him, and he yells out the oath. The festival begins, and the individual matches start to take place one by one. A lot of outsiders come as well, and Kiraa loses in one of the matches, so Kohei tries cheering her up. She walks away from him, but she finds the festival wonderful even though she doesn't get along with anyone. Kanade announces a girls' race and then hands over the mic to Kohei to make the commentary. She explains that her commentary becomes too biased because Haruna is participating in the race, and she even gives a demo by cheering loudly for Haruna. Kohei takes the mic from her and announces that Erika is leading the race while Haruna is behind her by a horse length, which makes everyone laugh. Erika runs ahead and finishes the race by a huge margin. She keeps running and crashes right into Kohei, which makes all the bystanders laugh a lot. The races continue one by one, and everyone has a lot of fun. The teachers participate in a few events as well, and finally the lunch break gets announced. The students queue for food, and Kohei lays down a cloth for a picnic. Haruna then offers him a huge picnic lunch that she made herself, and everyone gathers around to eat it. Kanade reveals that she woke up early to make it, and her food turns out to be really delicious. They all compliment her skills, and Shiro also offers up a lunchbox that she made herself. It turns out to have burnt food, and Saikira on the other side also opens up his lunchbox to reveal the same burnt food. Iori makes a comment to him that he is lucky to have a sister who at least packs him a lunchbox. Tsukasa notices that Haruna has also made fried noodles, and she reveals that she made it because Kohei likes to eat it a lot during lunch. Kanade calls Kohei a playboy, and she even tells him to tie the knot when he is running with Haruna during their next race together. She keeps teasing him and then declares that Haruna is her bride, so he has to defeat her first to get to her. They all discuss the upcoming water balloon event, which is a group activity, and Kohei reveals that he got the idea by discussing it with Haruna and Kanade since he wanted to do a group activity which would include everybody. He cannot participate in the event itself since he has to sit in the tent, and Kiraa overhears their talk. She calls him admirable and comments that he is showing off at this point. She then walks away, and Erika comments that she still must not be fitting into the class since she keeps skipping it. Later, Kohei finds Kiraa and tells her that the rest of the events are starting soon, so she should come back to the venue. She tells him that all the events in which she was participating are already over, and he comments that it's surprising for him that she even participated in some event. She keeps looking at the passersby, which makes him wonder whether she is waiting for someone, but just then he hears an announcement calling him to the tent. He tells her to have as much fun as possible since it's a festival after all, and then runs away while Kiraa thinks that he is really meddlesome. The water balloon event starts, in which the classes have to coordinate together to toss water balloons at each other, and they have to work together to fill up the balloon and supply it to their teams. The organizers tell Kohei that they don't have enough rewards for the event since they gave a lot earlier without checking, and he starts thinking of what to do. He recalls that in the past he and Kanade collected money to buy Haruna a gift, but they didn't have enough money in the end. They then gifted her a voucher which allowed her to buy anything she wanted, and Haruna thanked them for the birthday gift. Kohei tells his team to make vouchers as the event rewards which would allow the winners to buy the things they want at a later time. He then makes a run for it towards the shopping district to buy some more gifts, and his team members join him. Erika has fun in the event destroying her opponents, and even Iori keeps trying to charm the girls around him. Kohei and his team request the sponsors to give them more gifts, and they accept his request since they are all enjoying the event as well. The students keep throwing balloons at Shiro even though she tries running away from them, and Saikira steps in front of her to save her. He gets hit by the balloons instead, but he still protects her even though they are both on the opposite teams. Kanade gets drenched by all the balloons which makes her shirt see-through, but she declares that she is wearing a swimsuit so there is nothing to worry about. The boys keep staring at her which makes her embarrassed, so she runs away while hitting them with the balloons. Kohei returns to the field with the good news, and finally the event comes to a conclusion. Haruna trips at the end of it, due to which she gets a sprain, and she apologizes to Kohei since they were both supposed to race together in the upcoming event. The rest of the classmates wonder who will take Haruna's position, and just then Kiraa passes by the group. Kohei runs towards her and asks her whether she can participate in the three-legged race with him. She asks him why she would participate, and Haruna also gets up to make the same request. A classmate helps her stand, and Haruna explains that she thinks Kiraa can do anything if she tries enough. The others share the same thought, and Kiraa agrees to participate even though she declares that she won't be responsible for the outcome. Haruna then ties her hair in braids and compliments her silky hair. She comments that she always wanted to chat with her and become her friend. Later the race begins, and Erika's couple leads the race although Kohei and Kiraa lag behind them. All the couples rush through different types of obstacles, and Kohei tells Kiraa that he really feels like winning this time. The girls get into costume changing rooms, and Kiraa is the first one to emerge in a made cat-eared costume. The audience goes wild for her costume, and Erika emerges after a second in a duck costume. She fails to balance properly, and Kohei then leads Kiraa as they race ahead. He pulls her forward, and finally the festival ends as all the events get concluded. Kohei wins the race by coming first, and the sponsors leave one by one in a happy state. Kohei's group discusses his success, and Iori also comes to tell him that he did a good job. He gives him a key as a reward and tells him that it's the key to his room. Erika pushes him away and explains that it's actually the key to the student council building. Kohei's festival team comes to declare that they cannot start the after party without him, and they take him away while his friends conclude that Kohei has become very popular. The next day, Kohei comes across Haruna putting up posters about doing cleaning services, and she reveals that the student council has declared that they will all be participating in the event this time. Kohei hasn't heard anything about it, but he still decides to help her out. He sees that she has a lot of posters that she still needs to put up, and she reveals that she actually lost the rock-paper-scissors game with her team, due to which she is putting up the posters. Kohei comments that she used to be bad at the game before, but he suddenly stops and apologizes to her. He asks her to eat ramen with him after they are done putting up the posters, and they both head away to do their task while Kanade watches them go and wonders how Kohei actually feels about Haruna. Afterwards, Haruna wonders whether Kohei is still troubled by what happened, even though she has all his letters which are proof of his memories. In the past, Kohei bids goodbye to Haruna when he is about to move due to his dad's job, and she tells him that it isn't a farewell since they will always be friends. She promises to write him letters, and in the present, he goes through all her letters. Kanade peeps on him and thinks that Kohei definitely likes Haruna if he is reading the letters. Kohei thinks about the last letter he received from Haruna telling him that she is sorry, and he remembers that Haruna got into a car accident when she was a kid. He notices Kanade sneaking on him, so he pulls the curtains back and catches her red-handed. He then calls Haruna to pick her up and then hands her over to her as if she is a spoiled brat. Kanade confesses that she was just wondering what Kohei likes to do alone, and she then runs away to give some alone time to Kohei and Haruna. After she is gone, Haruna apologizes to Kohei and then runs away as well. The next day, Kohei and Kanade eat lunch together, and he asks her whether she has repented, so she gives him mushrooms from her lunch. Haruna spots them eating and decides to eat somewhere else, but Kanade stops her and forces her to sit with Kohei. She whispers in her ear that she will do anything for her sake and then declares that she is full. She takes her lunch and leaves the two of them alone with each other. Later they all have a tea party, and Kanade asks Haruna to serve Kohei some tea. She then comments that she is jealous of Kohei for stealing her bride, and Tsukasa asks her whether they are getting married, so she beats him up. Sometime later, Kohei confesses to Haruna that Kanade has been acting really strange, and she wonders whether her own suspicions about Kanade are right. Iori announces from the outside that the cleaning committee's activity is starting, and Haruna tells Kohei that the new uniforms for cleaning community members are being publicized. She runs away to participate and Kohei runs after her. One by one the cleaning committee girls appear in the maid outfit, which gets all the dudes going and they all cheer for the outfits. Shiro and Erika participate as well, which makes Iori think that his idea to put them in maid outfits was great, and soon Haruna joins the gang. Kanade appears to comment that her bride Haruna looks great, and she then forces Kohei to the front so that he can take a picture with Haruna. She forces the two of them to stand together and Haruna starts protesting, so Kanade comments that she would do anything for her happiness. Haruna asks her why she says such sentimental things to her and that she does all these things because she lost her memories after getting into an accident. She declares that she doesn't like what she is doing and runs away. Later, Kohei joins Kanade at lunchtime and Kanade confesses that she thought there were mutual feelings between him and Haruna, due to which she was acting like a matchmaker. Kohei reveals that he and Haruna have never had such feelings even in the past, and just then Haruna arrives for lunch. She sees Kanade and walks away from them, so Kanade starts to whine about how things are her fault. She recalls that Haruna used to go to hospital a lot when she was a child because she was naturally weak, and that her mom had told her to always take care of her as the certified older sister. Even then Haruna got into an accident, and when Kanade rushed to meet her at the hospital, she didn't seem to remember anything. Kanade thinks that the whole incident is her fault, and Kohei assures her that the world doesn't revolve around her, so she should stop attention seeking. She apologizes to him as well because his letter correspondence with Haruna came to an end after the accident. He thinks that Kanade is unnecessarily putting Haruna over her own self and that Haruna doesn't want this. Later, he goes on a shopping trip with Haruna during the weekend and she thanks him for the company. They then eat lunch together at a cafe and Kohei tells her everything about Kanade and how she is feeling responsible. Haruna comments that she lost a year of memories because of the accident, after which Kanade started to take extra care of her. She explains that she doesn't want Kanade to act so selflessly for her sake, and that she even thinks Kanade likes Kohei, but she may be suppressing her feelings because of her. Kohei thinks that the only way to make his small harem stable is to let all the feelings out in front of each other, and he takes Haruna to meet Kanade. They all meet in front of their dorm and Haruna starts yapping about how she hated Kanade as a child because she could do whatever she liked while she was always sick. That's why she would play with everyone recklessly whenever she would get better just to have fun, and she thinks that the accident is not Kanade's fault. Kanade thinks the opposite, and she explains that she never went to see her at the hospital and never took care of her properly. Their mom was always busy with Haruna, due to which she was always alone, and she hated Haruna due to all these reasons. They both whine endlessly about all their differences, and Haruna tells Kanade that she doesn't want her to sacrifice her happiness for her sake. They both decide to reconcile and Kanade jumps on Haruna to hug her. Kohei then brings out a letter, and it turns out to be the letter that Haruna sent him shortly after she lost her memories, which was meant to reclaim her lost memories. Kohei shares some soppy knowledge that Haruna was probably trying her best to accept the fact that she had lost her memories, and Kanade reminds all of them the promise they made in the past. In the past, the three of them gather in front of a tree and make a wish that they would be able to play together as adults once more. A few days later, a random side character confesses to Erika and she rejects him. He asks her to at least give him a reason, so she explains that she has a rule, which is that love and dating should only be between humans. She encounters Kohei while walking around and he grabs a ladybug that was stuck in hair, but the ladybug quickly flies away. On the next Sunday, Iori watches all the student council workers work hard, and he comments that it's very sad for him to see them working while the rest of the students are enjoying their weekends. Kohei complains that it is all his fault for wanting to make the first pool day an event, which is why they are all busy with organizing it. Iori does not care in the least, and he reads a horoscope magazine to check what the compatibility between him and Saikira is. Saikira tells him that there is no need to check because it is obviously the worst, and Shiro asks him to check her compatibility with Yukimaru too. Iori teases Kohei by asking him what his birthday is so he can check the compatibility between him and Erika, and he randomly mentions Erika's birthday. Kohei realizes that it's Erika's birthday today, and he is surprised at how Iori does not seem to care about it at all, so Iori explains that they don't celebrate such stuff in their family. He starts yapping about how they are immortal, so it's pointless for them to celebrate living another year, and he reveals that even Erika might not care that it's her birthday. Iori suddenly starts talking about how they need someone to go replace the toilet brush, and Kohei realizes that Iori is giving him a chance to go out to get something for Erika, so he quickly runs out after saying that he will replace it himself. Erika arrives right after he leaves and finds it strange that he went to get the toilet brush. They all start cleaning the pool after a while, and Saikira mentions how Iori deliberately mentioned Erika's birthday. At the office, Kohei and Erika discuss other things regarding the event, and a sushi delivery arrives. Erika finds it weird that someone ordered sushi and Kohei goes out to receive it. The sushi delivery guy turns out to be Tsukasa, who hands Kohei a surprise box, and he complains about how his sister will beat him a lot if she finds out. Kohei gives the box to Erika, who opens it and a basket of flowers is revealed. He wishes her happy birthday and recalls how Tsukasa's sister said that she can only get him flowers the next day, so Tsukasa came in clutch. Erika feels really happy and thanks him for celebrating her birthday, which makes her feel like a normal girl. At night, Erika places the flowers on her side desk and she recalls Kohei's face, which makes her heart pound very painfully. A few days later, the pool day event finally arrives and the girls get dressed up in their swimsuits. Shiro looks around and realizes that life is not fair to everyone. Kanade tells her not to worry as she is still young and reassures her that she will grow up to be an attractive woman like her, which sounds more like a threat. Haruna teases Kiraa by asking her how she is not skipping class today, and Kiraa explains that it's because Kohei nags a lot when she does so. The school holds a swimming competition too, and a bunch of boys despair over why Amiike did not get dressed up in a swimsuit. Iori raises the heat by teasing the girls with his gay body, and Erika shuts him up by throwing him into the pool. Kohei comments that it's his personality to make the mood livelier, and Kanade and Haruna arrive with some juice for the two organizers. Kohei complains about how it feels very hot to just watch people enjoying the pool, and the sisters suggest that they should also get in the pool, so Erika explains that they are the organizers this time, so they need to keep a watch on things. The sisters head out and Erika reveals that she made lunch for them because she knew they would not have enough time to go get lunch at the cafeteria. Kohei takes a sandwich, so she anxiously waits for his response, and he finds it tasty, which makes her happy. The next event begins, in which the guys from the judo club have to steal the hats from the girls, and the guys destroy all the girls one by one until they reach Kiraa. She smoothly escapes after getting surrounded by swimming out of the circle, and she easily dodges them all, but the spectators quickly realize that there was another unexpected survivor. It turns out to be Shiro, and Saikira almost faints when he sees his sister surrounded by a bunch of guys. She survives by innocently splashing water on the guys, which causes them to leave her alone due to her cuteness. Kiraa and Shiro win the event, and Iori brings the event to a close by allowing the students to take revenge on their teachers, so the students throw the teachers into the pool too. The event finally ends and Kohei and Erika pack things up. Kiraa and a few girls pass by, and the girls comment on how the two look like partners, which makes Kiraa feel weird about it. Erika comments on how everything ended so quickly, and Kohei suggests that they should race each other as no one is around because they did not get the chance to enjoy the pool. She agrees to do it, and the swimming Olympics begin between two people greater than Michael Phelps. She manages to win the race and she helps him climb up, but she almost slips. They almost end up kissing each other, but her heart starts hurting just as their faces were coming closer to each other. He apologizes to her and she almost slips again, so he grabs her arm to stop her from falling. He manages to hold her up, but she feels a pain in her heart again as soon as he touches her, so she quickly shakes him off. She quickly runs back to her room in pain and starts craving Kohei's blood, but she calms herself down by telling herself that she won't go against her rule. The pain does not stop as her craving does not dwindle, and she accidentally slaps the basket of flowers, which ruins them as they fall to the ground. She dreams about how she was about to suck Kohei's blood, and she wakes up after getting terrified. The next day, rumors start spreading around the school about a supposed vampire on the loose, and all the students wonder if it's really true or not. Iori gathers the student council, and Iori and Erika explain that it was not one of them. Kohei asks him if other vampires also exist on the island, and Iori does not give him a proper answer. Saikira explains that they need to uncover the truth behind the whole situation now that it has gotten so famous, and Iori suggests that they should start patrolling at night. They all head out and see a couple talking about how they should go back before dark, otherwise the vampires will eat them. Kohei notices Erika looking down, so he asks her about it, and she explains that it's weird to see people talking so openly about them. Iori tells her not to worry and that things will die down when they uncover the truth. The group encounters the sisters on the way, and Kanade tries to head out on patrol with an iron cross full of garlic to defeat the vampires. Haruna tries to stop her while explaining how the vampire will suck all her blood like she has much, and Kanade reveals her secret weapon against the vampires, which is extra smelly garlic. Erika feels even worse thanks to her, and Iori steps forward before telling Kanade that she needs to make sure she is well equipped. He grabs the garlic necklace on the cross and he puts it around Kanade's neck. The spell causes her to almost faint, and Iori tells her to stay strong, otherwise she will not be able to defeat the vampires. Amiike suddenly appears after hearing the ruckus, and she scolds Kanade for thinking that vampires actually exist. Stranger roaming around school. She prohibits them all from going outside until the case is solved, and Iori whispers to himself that they cannot do that, unfortunately. He tells everyone to return to their rooms, and he teases Amiike by calling her using her first name. The two bicker with each other while the sisters return to their room. They meet with Iori and Saikira and report how they did not see anyone suspicious, and Saikira says the same thing. Iori wonders if they were the mysterious figure is revealed to be Kiraa, who explains that she was causing a commotion to make someone reveal themselves. She says that it's a pity that suddenly says that she is dependent, and Kiraa tries to leave, so Erika quickly jumps after her. Saikira and Kohei also follow after them, and Haruna coincidentally catches a glimpse of two figures running away. Kiraa continues to run through the woods to escape Erika's pursuit, but she stays on Kiraa's tail. Haruna comes out of the building to see who it was, and she decides to rush out too so she can play detective. Haruna ends up fainting, and Kohei also arrives at the scene. He looks at the collapsed Haruna in shock. Must have seen her in vampire mode. Kiraa ends up escaping, and Iori lectures Erika about how must do the same thing she did before because they cannot let the humans find out about them. He tells her that it's the only way for them to continue living amongst humans, and that she is only closing a lid again that had slightly opened. She goes into the room where the collapsed Haruna and Kohei are, and he tries to convince her to not erase Haruna's memories because she will not reveal their secret to anyone. She reveals that it's Haruna had seen her vampire side, which is why she had to erase a whole year's worth of memories to make Haruna forget about her. He realizes that Haruna forgot about him because Erika erased her memories from that time, and Erika explains that she will have to erase. She activates her vampire powers and almost erases Haruna memories again, but Haruna wakes up before she can do so. She thanks Erika for saving her 6 years ago, and Erika apologies to her before erasing her memories once again. Kohei falls down in despair, but Haruna calls him Kochan like she used to 6 years ago, and all her memories start coming back. Erika explains that she will stop deceiving her friends from now on, and the two girls have a slightly romantic moment together as they embrace each other. Erika wakes up the next day and guzzles down a blood bag before starting the day. She and Kohei later discuss that Kiraa still hasn't returned to school, and Haruna is also absent because her body is struggling to accept the returned memories. Kohei comments that Haruna will somehow explain things to Kanade, and Erika thinks that she will have to bear the burden by herself when Kanade will get to know the truth. They both come across the sisters, and Kanade runs to hug Erika. She thanks her for saving Haruna from the accident and declares that Erika is still Erika despite her vampire identity. Erika feels relieved since she thought she would be losing her gay friendships, and Kiraa walks by the group just then. The sisters greet her, but she ignores them and walks away. Iori and Saishiru both greet her on the way, and she ignores them as well. They ask her whether she is looking for her master, which temporarily stops her, but she still walks away, and they conclude that she must be Kiraa's master. Iori makes fun of her assumption and even suggests that they can try asking the woman, but the conversation won't go smoothly since it's not like she will answer them properly. He reminds her that she herself doesn't want to talk to the woman anyway, especially since the topic is related to dependence. Shiro overhears the conversation, and Saishiru tells her that she doesn't need to hear it. She tries convincing him that she is also a part of Togi family in this matter. Things get tense between them, and Kohei arrives at the meeting. He notices that things seem awkward, and Erika assures him that they were just having a typical family argument. Iori changes the topic and tells Kohei to clean all the washrooms by himself as a punishment for coming late. He thinks that they have to start the preparations in advance, and Shiro reveals that Saikira and Iori are in their final year, due to which they want to hand down the keys to Erika and Kohei instead. Erika thinks that it's going to be a lot of work. They start to discuss ideas for the festival, and Kohei notices that Erika seems down, so he takes on her load of work too. Everyone heads to their room after some time, and Tsukasa advises Kohei to stop being so considerate. The next day, Saikira approaches Kiraa and tells her that he wants her to meet someone, so she follows him to somewhere. Meanwhile, Erika and Kohei head out for shopping on Iori's order. Afterwards, they take a break by the beach, and Erika declares that they will launch a great festival for Iori and Kanade's sake. Kohei chugs his drink down and then asks her what dependents are. He explains that Erika has seemed pretty distracted since their encounter with Kiraa, and he asks her to share her burden with him too. She thinks that it's finally time to spill the beans, and just then Saikira arrives at a mansion with Kiraa. Erika reveals that dependents are people who have. Sometimes a dependent goes to sleep for a long time as if their battery had run out, but generally they operate in the same way like a vampire does. The master of the dependent can issue any order to the dependent, which is binding, and Erika then reveals that Kiraa's master is probably her and Iori's mother. Kiraa gets introduced to a woman who looks just like Erika, and she slaps her roughly, stops him, and calls Kiraa a violent woman. Kiraa argues that Kaya has become even Erika tells Kohei that she had to promise her mother something in exchange for entering the school, and the condition is that she has to make a dependent before leaving school, otherwise she will be forced to stay forever at the house with Kaya. That he doesn't have to worry about anything since she may be able to find a way out of the issue, just be locked into her house if he doesn't volunteer. She declares that she just wants to live a normal life and that she is afraid she won't be her normal self if she makes someone her dependent. She vows never to drink human blood because she doesn't want to lose any more of her friends. They both then head back and Erika acts normal like nothing happened. Iori is deep in thoughts in a church when he stares hard at her, which makes her blush, and then comments that vampires want the person that they love the most. He comments that he is just joking and leaves the church. Kohei drops Erika off at the dorm and she confesses that it made her really happy to hear that he wants to help her out. He tells her that they will have a great festival. Blood bags. She goes through a bunch of them and she realizes that she wants Kohei's blood only, which scares her. The next day, all the students line up to start submitting their applications for the cultural festival, and Kohei is shocked by the amount of students that are lined up outside. Shiro explains that it must be because they want to get done with their things before the summer vacations start, and Saikira reveals that the cultural festival is the biggest event of their school that they hold each year. Iori tells Kohei to make sure it turns out great because he is the head organizer, and Kohei states that he will make sure to keep up with Erika. Days pass by and the summer vacations begin for the normal students, but the student council keeps slaving around to prepare for the cultural festival. They decide to head home for the day and Iori acts like he is very tired from all the work, so Erika reminds him that all he did was sit around to have tea. He suggests that they should all have a little party so they can relax, but the two workaholics tell him to party by himself. They head out while discussing various things related to the cultural festival, and Kohei reminds her not to work too hard. She explains that she feels the best when she is doing something for the school, as it makes her feel like she is also a normal human being. She asks him if he has come up with any ideas for the after party, but he reveals a blank expression, so she lectures him about how the after party is the ending of the event and he needs to make sure that it's one that everyone will remember forever. She heads off towards her room, but she encounters a cat on the stairs, which makes her realize that her mother is calling her for a meeting. She goes back to her house where she waits in a hall while thinking about how she does not feel even a little bit happy to be home. The curtains in front of her raise and her mother appear from behind them. Her mother talks about how Erika has found someone worthy enough of being her dependent, and she reminds Erika that she promised that she will find herself a dependent in school. Erika objects that they no longer need dependents because they can easily get blood from blood banks now, and that she can normally live amongst humans without having a dependent. Her mother explains that normal blood cannot quench their thirst for blood, but Erika declares that she will endure it no matter how much she thirsts for blood, and that she will not live how her mother orders her to. The next day, Iori announces that they will all have a one-day break from work, and Kanade reveals that she came up with a one-day summer party plan. She shows them a scary picture which turns out to be a drawing of them on the beach, and she explains that they will enjoy themselves on the beach before watching fireworks together. Shiro reveals that the siblings have dance practice at the temple because they need to perform a dancing ritual during the festival, so Haruna suggests that they could light the fireworks at the temple so the siblings can also participate. They all agree to it, and at night, Erika decides to not drink any blood because she thinks that she can resist her thirst for blood. They all arrive at the beach the next day and play around a lot. They smash watermelons and even play beach volleyball, in which Erika absolutely destroys the boys. Kohei complains that 2 against 3 is not fair, and they all decide to eat something because the intense gameplay burned a lot of calories. Kohei lightly taps Erika's shoulder, which causes her urges to start acting up again. She sits a bit further away from everyone else and Kohei goes to sit with her. They talk about how time quickly flies away when they are having fun, and Erika mentions how things feel like they are never ending when they want it to end soon. He questions if the cultural festival will also quickly go by, and she explains that they will always remember it no matter how quickly it ends because they will make sure it's a fun memory that can never fade. The smooth player says that he hopes it's a fun memory for her too, and the attention seeker says that it's the first time anyone has said something so nice to her. He tells her that she works too hard, so she should also have fun sometimes, and she points out that she had a lot of fun today. He gets up and mentions that the rest of the group is waiting for them. He puts out his hand to help her up, but her urges start acting up once again as soon as she touches his hand. She starts acting weird and leaves first while he is still in shock. Iori appears out of nowhere and mentions how she must be nearing her limit. Kohei asks him to explain, so Iori reveals that she is short on blood and asks Kohei if he knows what a dependent is. Kohei reminds him that Erika wants to live like a normal human, which is why she refuses to drink anyone's blood, so Iori explains that the longer they keep themselves away from blood, the stronger their vampiric impulses get. He reveals that fighting or resisting those impulses is like torture for a vampire, and that Erika is already showing symptoms of those impulses. He points out that someone so obsessed with living like a normal human would never carry blood bags around, and that even those blood bags will not be able to help her now. He leaves after saying that he is counting on Kohei to take care of things if anything goes wrong, and Kohei wonders what is the right thing to do. The group heads to the temple to meet up with the Togi sibling, and Iori explains that the Togi family used to be the priests at this temple, but now they can get priests from outside. He further reveals that ancient duties still have to be carried out by members of the Togi family, and Kohei asks Erika if she is feeling unwell. She pretends as if she is perfectly fine and tells him that he is acting strange, but inside, she continues to fight against her impulses. They meet with the siblings and the girls get dressed up to watch the fireworks, but Erika's impulses keep getting stronger. The fireworks finally begin, but Erika stands away from the rest of the group. Kohei asks her if she is alright, and her impulses keep getting even stronger. Her eyes start glowing for a second and her vision starts getting blurry. Iori notices the whole situation and deliberately pushes everyone from behind, which causes Kohei to collide with her. Her eyes start glowing and she almost loses control, but she disappears as soon as Kohei looks away. He notices that she has left and she runs through the woods until she finally trips. She falls down on the ground in pain and he chases after her while the rest of the group notices that the two have disappeared. He finds her on the ground, so he grabs her arm to pull her up and she keeps trying to escape, but he does not let her go. He suddenly hugs her to calm her down and she finally stops resisting her impulses, so she starts drinking his blood while crying. Erika wakes up the next morning and wonders how she got into her bed. She thinks that she must have been able to conquer her thirst and get home somehow. The preparations of the festival resume as always and Erika feels very cheerful. She comments that Kohei's ties with the shopping district is helping out the festival a lot, and Iori comments that she looks really lively, so she tells him that she feels like she can get out of Kaya's manipulation after all. Kohei arrives at the council room and Erika goes to him normal all of a sudden. She tells him to categorize the reference materials and then starts working on the cultural festival, while Shiro asks the guys what's wrong with her since she was acting. He realizes that they are suspecting the both of them, so he tells them that it's not like that. He explains that he got an idea and tells them that it's secret for now since he was just capping all along. Kohei tells himself to just focus on his work for now since he has to help out Erika as well. Meanwhile, Erika keeps a picture when he becomes occupied with some other students, and when he becomes free after a moment, he finds that Erika is gone. He goes to the council room later and doesn't find her there either. He doesn't come across Erika even once. He heads to sleep, but he keeps thinking of contacting her. In the meanwhile, Erika keeps suffering from her bloodthirst as she recalls Kohei over and over again. She starts to lose control and she wonders why she cannot seem to forget him. Suddenly a cat comes into her room and it transforms into Kiraa out of nowhere. Kiraa reveals that Kohei's blood is actually very special, and that since Kohei is someone very important to her, the bloodthirst will continue to grow till she cannot bear it any longer. She reveals that her mother has sent her a message asking her why she doesn't make Kohei her dependent when he is willing to give her his blood. Erika realizes that Kiraa has become her mother's pet now, and Kiraa tells Erika to return home if she is refusing to create a dependent. Erika argues that she still has time left before graduation and that Kaya is breaking her promise, but Kiraa argues that she is just uselessly resisting at this point, due to which her promise does not have any importance. Erika also calls Kiraa Kaya's pathetic pet, and she reminds her that Kaya will just take her memories away once she is done using her and order her to find her master all over again. To her that the next morning, Kohei hears a ruckus on his balcony and he rushes outside to see Kanade sneaking inside. The girls think that they should invite Erika too, but Kohei tells them to let her rest and they also decide against it. Haruna asks him what happened to his fireworks idea and he explains that it never reached any conclusion. Kanade and Haruna start to discuss what kind of group event they want to see, and Kohei gets an idea when he listens to them talk. He rushes to the council room to share his idea with Erika but doesn't find her there, and Iori lies to him that he sent Erika alone to the shop. Shiro asks Kohei. He thinks that Erika will really like the idea since she always wants the students to have fun, but this time he wants her to have fun as well. He leaves his proposal with Shiro and leaves the room. Erika comes out of the side room and Shiro asks her whether it's really okay to leave the matters as they are. Erika thinks that she is doing much better, but just then her bloodthirst returns and she doubles over. Kohei is bound to die due to old age anyway. He thinks it's Erika's fate to turn Kohei into a blood bag, and Shiro asks him whether there is any place Kohei's place, and Shiro asks her whether she can become her dependent instead of Kohei. Erika reminds her that she won't be a human if she turns into her dependent, and Shiro argues that she hates to see Erika and Kohei suffer so much. It's their family's duty to serve Erika's family, so she has to do her job. Saikira slams Iori against the wall and yells at him that they never planned for this to happen, but Iori asks him to let him go since he only wants Erika to find her own path in life. He uses Iori has lured Kohei in the student council just to turn him into her dependent. She assures Shiro that things will be alright and declares to everyone that she will decide her own fate. After some time, Kohei is in his room thinking about the festival when Erika arrives at his door and thinks that she cannot hold back anymore. Erika returns to her home where she is kept in a dungeon and Kaya calls her a failure for returning without a dependent. The next morning Kohei wakes up and leaves for school, but he finds a parachute of happiness on his doorstep. He goes to the council room where he doesn't find Erika and he asks Shiro whether Erika had something to say to him. She doesn't understand what he is saying, so he explains that he found the parachute on his doorstep. She tries to tell him the truth, but Saikira stops her and Iori tells him to go ahead with his idea. He asks him what Erika thinks of the idea and Iori tells him to forget about Erika since he's gone now. Kohei doesn't know what he is talking about and Shiro decides that it's the perfect time to do some classic attention seeking as she confesses that everything is happening because of her. She tells Kohei that she asked Erika to become her independent and Iori then takes Kohei to a side where he reveals that Erika has actually returned home. Kohei argues with him that Erika never wanted to go home, instead she wanted to live a normal human life in the school and that she was going to find a way to live her life without feeding on humans. Iori reminds him that he offered his blood to Erika willingly, due to which her bloodthirst has now awakened and that she is suffering a lot, but she doesn't want to make him worry. He tells him how Shiro offered to become her dependent but she refused and instead decided to return home. He advises Kohei to think hard about what he wants to do with Erika and leaves him. Kohei returns to school and thinks about how Erika wanted to enjoy her time in school but everything got ruined because of him. He is deep in his thoughts when he mistakenly assumes that Haruna is Erika, and both Kanade and Haruna think that something is definitely wrong with him. They decide to hold a tea party in his room afterwards and even ask him to invite Erika out too since they haven't met her in a long while. They finalize the whole party on their own and then leave him alone. Afterwards the sisters set up the tea party in his room and Kohei returns to his room alone without bringing Erika with him. He lies to them that Erika was busy and even apologizes to them, which makes them comment that they will hold another party for Erika's sake. He then blurts out that Erika will never make it to another tea party at this rate and he explains that Erika will be considered a transferred student from next semester. He yells out that everything is his fault but his groupies don't pay any attention to him. Kanade thinks that Erika will definitely return because the cultural festival cannot take place without her, and the others also think the same, that Erika cares a lot about the students so she won't leave them. Kanade thinks that Kohei is making excuses not to bring Erika over and Haruna asks him whether he is really fine with the way things are. Kanade tells him to bring Erika back if he is so troubled by the current situation, and Tsukasa also tells him to take some responsibility. Kohei gets up and grows some balls as he declares that he will definitely bring back Erika to the next party. Kohei makes a run for it and Shiro sees him run away through the schoolyard. Kohei keeps thinking that he won't lose any of his friends and he comes across Iori and Saikira, who tell him that they will escort him. Erika remains closed in a dungeon and she suddenly starts feeling bloodthirst again. The door opens and Kiraa comes to tell her that Kaya is calling her. Iori and Saikira bring Kohei to their home and they take him to see Kaya, who tells him that she is willing to listen to him for the time being. She asks him to come closer, so he goes near her and sits down in front of her. He reveals that he has come to talk to her about Erika and she thinks that he has come to willingly become her dependent, but he reveals that he is not willing to become anyone's dependent. This shocks everyone and he declares that he just wants to take back Erika with him since Erika deserves to live a human life in which she doesn't have to suffer anymore. Kaya uses her vampire powers to make him fly and she then lunges at him. She tells him that vampires need a constant source of energy in the form of dependence to live properly, and she then starts to choke him while Kohei blurts out that Erika only needs friends to survive. Saikira realizes that it was Iori's idea all along to bring Kohei into Kaya's clutches, and Iori explains that he just wants to see whether Erika can forge a new path for her life. Kaya starts to choke Kohei even harder and Erika arrives in a rush. She throws Kohei at her feet and Kohei the Mega Simp feels relieved to see that he has finally managed to meet Erika after all. Erika starts to feel bloodthirst for him again and Kaya orders her to make Kohei her dependent in front of her. Erika argues that she cannot do it, so Kaya threatens her by saying that she will kill Kohei if Erika does not do it. Erika suddenly grows a pair and declares that she will not harm him nor will she make him her dependent. She asks Kohei to leave, but he tells her that he will not go back without her. She tries to convince him, but he asks her if things have gotten easier for her just because she has come back to her house. He points out that if she is going to suffer anyways, then she should at least suffer at the academy which she loves so much, and that she should share it with all of them so they can help her out. She wonders what will happen if she loses control of herself, and he tells her that she can drink his blood at that time to ease her suffering. Kaya reminds them that Erika will not be able to turn back even if she takes as little as a sip of his blood, and that he will have no choice but to become her dependent at that time. He declares that it's up to them to decide if he will become her dependent or not, and that she is no one to tell them what to do. He puts his hand out and reminds Erika that everyone is waiting for her back at the academy. She grabs his hand and the two return to the academy while Kaya assumes that he will become Erika's dependent sooner or later. She orders Kiraa to return to school too and to keep reporting her about their progress. The sisters, Shiro and Tsukasa wait in front of the academy and they jump up in joy when the two finally appear. The cultural festival gets held as planned and the Togis also perform their ritual while Kohei's idea also comes true. That's it all for today. If you enjoyed watching the video, make sure to like and subscribe the channel for more anime recaps.